Man, look at these busy bees on February 14th, Valentine's Day, down here in Slocum, Alabama. We got a bunch of drones coming in and out of here. We got all kinds of activity. Looks like a super strong colony. And to tell you the truth, I was in here a couple of weeks ago and I could tell it was going to look like this today. So today I'm going to try what is called an OTS split, if the colony still looks right when I get in there to do that, and I'll explain what we're doing as we go along. The principles behind the OTS split, otherwise known as the on-the-spot split, are kind of like a walk-away split, except it's more intentional. We're going to take the queen away with plenty of brood and some bees and set her just even next door to this one, according to what I've heard. But just take her away in a nuke box. And then we're going to leave this big, strong colony behind with all the nurse bees and all the population in here. It'll form somewhat of a starter colony, almost as if you're doing grafting. And then we'll select the actual larvae we want to turn into queen cells. In a sense, like you're grafting, of course not at the large scale that you would do if you're grafting. So I don't think I've ever done this before, and so it's going to be my first time trying this. Got a great big old drone right there sitting on the lid. So these bees are ready to do something with. I know they are. Now, if you look in here, you'll see we got a lot of population. The bees actually seem quite calm in the box here, which is a good sign. I really like to see that. So I'm going to start going through this colony. I need to find the queen. That's my first objective, and as we do so, we'll see if we can find some larvae that we may want to turn into future queens. Look at these beautiful bees right here, y'all. Looking great. Looking carefully for the queen. That's one thing I struggle with sometimes, is finding the queen. That's a pretty heavy frame. I think there's some food in here for sure. We got honey right up through here, which is good. Want to have plenty of food in here. Man, look at all those bees. I think there's going to be plenty of bees in here to start some nice cells. Yep, oh my gosh. We've got a bunch of nectar right here. That's a great sign. This is all nectar right down through here. All these cells are full of nectar. So they're finding some sort of a honey source right now. That's also another critical part of raising good queens, is to have plenty of food in the colony for them to make those queens with. It's going to be far hard for me to find the queen in a hive like this. I have a hard time anyway. So I got to look carefully. Don't see any evidence of queen cells yet. I'm seeing several drones. I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to start at the far end. Bob Benny says if you work from the far end, many times it's easier to find the queen that way because she will run from the light. So if we create light on this side over here, maybe she'll run over here and it'll be easier to see her. So let me do that. Got plenty of food stores. We got nectar. Man, looking awesome. I'm just rolling through here looking for the queen. Okay, we might be too late. We have queen cells right here. Some of them just getting capped. So these bees are about to be in swarm mode. So instead of actually doing an OTS split, what I'm probably going to do is just make a split or two here with some cells. I'm going to try and find the queen still and take her away. Hopefully they haven't already swarmed. Let's see if we can find some eggs in here. That's what I was afraid of. There's another queen cell right there. Now I got to really look for eggs and make sure the queen's even in here still. I probably can't see this, but there are eggs and some milk brood down in here. Milk brood defined as freshly hatched larvae that they're feeding the royal jelly type substance to them right after they've hatched from their eggs. And so that's good to see. That means we've got some we still probably have a queen in here somewhere. Hasn't swarmed yet. It's early enough in the year, even if we split this thing 3 or 4 ways, we'll probably end up with some nice splits out of this thing. And as you can see, there are plenty of drones. If you can remove the queen from the colony, theoretically, it's almost like an artificial swarm, and hopefully that'll decrease their swarming urge. Lots of bees though, man. They're about ready to swarm, aren't they? I'll tell you what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get 2 more boxes. I'm gonna take this box right here and set it over there and put 2 more boxes on the other parts of the pallet. And we're just gonna split this thing 4 ways, and hopefully I'll find the queen and move her away. If not, hopefully it'll separate them up enough and give them enough space that it'll take away their urgency to swarm. At least that's my plan for right now. All right, you can see I have the 4 boxes here on the pallet. Obviously, the foragers are going to go back to the mother colonies, so we want to make sure we have plenty of population in these others. The nurse bees will stay put, so they'll have plenty of population. I'm basically just make sure we have eggs and brood in every one of these, and hopefully can find the queen. If so, we'll make sure she's moved. That's just a food frame there mostly. Put her right here. Another food frame, I think I'll leave that one in here. All right, we have eggs, larvae, we got brood and a queen cell right here. So I'm going to put that one over here. That way we'll make sure we have a nice split. And then I'm going to put this one over there as well. Once again, looking for the queen. Got plenty of brood and plenty of stuff going on here. So we got a nice 3 frames of bees right there. Now I'm going to come over here. This was originally the top box on that double deep colony. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to start moving these bees over. Hopefully we'll find plenty of eggs and brood down in this box as well. That's kind of an interesting frame. We had a medium that they just built up right here. They built drone comb on the bottom of it. But very active, very busy. Let me just go ahead and put that one in here. When I get in these big colonies like this, it's really hard for me to find the queen. Sometimes I don't. And that's okay. With the swarm cells that we have, the bees have already decided kind of the ones they want to make queens out of. And so, not a lot going on there. Got a queen cell right here they're making, if you can see that. So, I'll go ahead and put it over here. It's kind of turned into a walk-away split is kind of what it's turned into, but we are doing it with cells. We don't have a lot going on there. Still kind of scanning for the queen. Oh yeah, milk brood, eggs, larvae, all kinds of stuff in there I think. That's the drone brood there. I got everything there we need. So we got eggs, larvae, brood. If you have any tricks on finding the queen, tell me what they are. That's something I still struggle with after 10 years. Sometimes she jumps right out at me and sometimes I cannot find her to save my life. All right, we'll put that one in there. The bees are reasonably calm. You know, they're a little agitated because I'm messing with them, but they're not really attacking me. So this has some brood on it and should be okay. Once again, lots of bees. We got some brood on it. I think we got pretty good resources and population in each of these now. I know we've got a queen cell here. I know we've got a queen cell here, but I'd like to make sure we have a queen cell in these other 2 if at all possible. Once again, I'm still scanning for the queen. I'd rather them not make emergency queens. If they've already made their queen cells, that would be ideal. Man, look at all those bees on there. Wow. Amazing. Oh, yeah, there's a queen cell here. So this one's good with a queen cell. And then I think this one has some queen cells on it too. Wow, look at the bees. I'm going to shake these bees over here. They need more population. Yeah, not much going on here. I am going to go ahead and put some fondant in here to make sure they got a little something to eat. I'm just going to try this, y'all. It's February 14th. It's a little early, but I think these are all going to have plenty of population. They've all got brood and plenty of nurse bees, I think. This one does not have an actual queen cell in here that I can find. We just got plenty of brood. Just got to make sure we got some eggs. Sure would love to see the queen. They're starting to roar. I don't think there's a queen in this one. I think I need to give them a little more brood. Man, look at all those bees. Let's just share them. Share the wealth. There we got some good food right here for this one. I'm going to take a little time and see if I can locate that queen. That'll help me figure out what to do with these queen cells. I found 3 frames with nice queen cells on them. I like to make sure I have them in each, the queen in the colony that doesn't have a queen cell. I found the queen. She's right down here. Not sure what they're doing with her, but she was just calmly walking around, and now they're kind of getting after her a little bit. So I don't know what the deal is there. It's like they're attacking her, balling her, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to put her in a box and then just see what happens. I'm going to put her probably in this box right over here and make sure we got cells and eggs in every other box, and then we're going to close them up. Find that queen cell. See all the bees running? I don't know if you can tell, but the bees are all running that way towards her. So they're excited to have her. So I'm going to find the queen cell that was in here and move it over to the original box. Queen cell right there. Put that one in here. And I think we're going to pretty much roll with it and close them up. I'm going to fill the rest of the frames out. I'm putting a couple of frames of new foundation in each colony so that as the flow really kicks in hard here, they'll be able to build out the new foundation. I'm a little nervous about this. It is a little early in the season, but when you start seeing swarm cells in here and a bunch of drones, you might as well split them. They're going to be in the trees anyway. I'm also going to put fondant on each one of these colonies to make sure they have food, even though a lot of them do have some food stores. Make sure they got some nutrition coming in, and we're just going to leave them alone here for a couple of weeks and check back and see what we have. Make sure we got bees in all these colonies when I come back, and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and put these frames in. I'm going to go ahead and put these over here. A drawn comb. A couple of frames of foundation to fill it out. Comb, foundation, we got 4 colonies out of 1 here. We got drones, we got queen cells, we got a queen that's no longer in her original colony, so hopefully they'll think they've swarmed, or we've done an artificial swarm there, and maybe all these queens will emerge, get mated, and we'll have 4 nice colonies. If not, then I've got some queen cells coming the first part of March, and we can stick a queen cell in there and hopefully fix the situation, or we can always recombine. All kinds of options, but I thought it was worth a try. What do y'all think? I know it's a little bit crazy. It's early in the year, but down here in this particular location, these bees are, I think, ready to go. As y'all know, I've been using this Hive Alive fondant here. I think it's really helped me get through the winter. I'm really excited about this product, and if you want to order some, there's a link in the description down below. You'll get a little discount if you put Bruce10 in there. And so go check that out if you're interested in giving it a try. It seems to really help these colonies that might need a little bit of a boost. If I was really trying to stimulate them to grow, I would probably use the liquid feed, sugar water. May mix some Hive Alive liquid supplement in there. But these just do really good to keep the bees moving in the right direction, help get them through the rest of the winter, and they love it. It is good stuff. So anyway, let's go put it on the colonies. I cut these little shims out of old boxes that were kind of in rough shape. I just used the parts of them that were pretty good. They're about an inch, inch and a half or whatever in depth. I don't think it matters that much. This will work well for any type of patties that you want to put in there. Just going to take the fondant here and lay it on top of the bees, just to give them a little boost. This might be a bit of a crazy venture, but we'll see how they do. I really don't want just true walk-away splits, especially this time of the year. But since they did have queen cells in there, hopefully they'll be okay. And we'll see what happens. But like I say, it's early enough in the year. If I made an error here, we can get it fixed pretty easily. Really, it's almost too early to split, but otherwise, they would be in the trees. So what do? As often happens with beekeeping, I came here with the intention on doing one thing, showing y'all how I was going to try an OTS split, and I ended up doing something completely different. We turned that one strong colony back there into 4 with queen cells. What y'all think about that? Do you agree with my decision making? What would you have done differently? You can leave your comments down below. I recently had the opportunity to do an interview with Corey Stevens with Stevens Bee Company. He is a pioneer in the development of a mite-resistant bee. There are many terms out there that I've heard for the last couple of years. I really didn't know what they meant. So I reached out to Corey to help get some clarification on it. Things like VSH, IPM, SMR, and he even introduced me to the term OBU. Are hygienic bees the same thing as VSH bees? What do you think? Well, it was great talking to Corey, and he straightened me out on a lot of those things, and he went back to the basics and explained things very well. I think you'll find it interesting. If you want to watch that interview, you can do it right here. Y'all take care, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. I like it.